Set between seasons 1 and 2 of Telltale's point-and-click adventure series, The Walking Dead Michonne chronicles a pilgrimage of self-discovery for the katana-wielding nomad. The good news is her journey starts off with some fairly solid steps. Though she's left Rick and her trusted allies behind, Michonne is a survivor, and perfectly capable of looking out for herself. The game immediately highlights her honed instincts and fighting abilities, offering loads of opportunities to pull off satisfying slashes at reanimated corpses. There's also plenty of character development, as In Too Deep explores both Michonne's painful past and sense of loyalty. It's clear that Telltale's writers understand the character well, and have written lines that play to Michonne's strengths and weaknesses. Based on her own experience, she's intent on helping new allies come to terms with their identities so they can acclimatize to this strange new world, while trying to restore some semblance of balance to the lopsided scales of humanity. As with all Telltale games, most of the game's action takes place through multi-choice dialogue and decision-making, as well as a few quick-time events. Depending on what you say or do in a particular sequence, there will be resulting consequences for existing and future relationships. Unfortunately, though, most decisions don't seem particularly significant or bear any long-lasting consequences until the final chapter. Everything plays out just the way you'd expect, and there's never an impending sense of dread or anything that fills you with regret the moment you sign off on it. The pacing of the episode is great, though. In Too Deep is full of variety, and there's never a dull moment, or a scene that doesn't feel pertinent to the overarching story. A huge plus is the fact the game runs smoother on mobile than any Telltale game before it, and the engine has never looked better. Michonne's facial expressions sometimes say more than her words, and can also provide key clues about characters she interacts with. The presentation's also been bammed up a notch. From the Bond-esque title card to the consistent purple grading, In Too Deep does a wonderful job of marrying up Telltale's existing work with the vivid effects found in both the comics and the TV series. And on top of all of that, Samira Wiley, or Poussey from Orange is the New Black, does an outstanding job capturing both Michonne's conflict and compassion, while also keeping her dry sense of humour intact. On the downside, In Too Deep does feel a bit emotionally void, and doesn't really offer any obvious tie-in with the previous games. There's a feeling that we're treading water here, and the game never really gets out of third gear. But on the plus side, it sets some interesting sequences in motion, and also develops an existing lead character well. Of course, we're going to have to wait and see whether any of this development actually pays off, but while not overwhelmingly awesome, it's a solid enough start for the series.